Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago. Now we're shifting the focus to youth empowerment and youth development. Here in studio with us and virtually, we have No Youth Left Behind. They're an organization that is based in Labrie, Trinidad, that has been collaborating with the Glamorgan Youth Foundation right here in Tobago. Together, they have been helping young people tap into opportunities, especially in tourism, education, and personal development, ensuring that no youth feels forgotten or overlooked. With us, we have Mr. Quincy Joseph, who's joining us virtually. And here in studio, we have Ms. Desiree Ross and Mr. Gordon Grandison. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
It's so good to have you guys in studio. I'm always for youth development and youth empowerment. And I'm so excited to go into this discussion because there are some things in here that I would really like to hear us go into and dive into. So for those who are hearing about No Youth Left Behind for the first time, can you tell us what inspired its creation, Mr. Quincy?
So good morning to the whole cast. Thanks for Mr. Woods for reaching out and showing that interest in anything positive for Tobago and Tobago youths. To Gordon, good to see you, to Ms. Ross. So we are based in Labrie, Trinidad, but we are also based in Buku, Tobago. So Ms. Desiree Ross, she is the head of the Tobago operations, while we have Ms. Diana Kwame and Israel Watson, who head the Trinidad operations. So we would have first started work in Tobago in about 2023. Some parents from Tobago saw our program online and they reached out to us to see if they could participate. And to the resolve and the commitment of those parents, it would have provided the platform for No Youth Left Behind to expand onto the island. And here we are, a couple years later, continuing our collaborations. I was listening to the speech just now by the Chief Sec where he focused on unity. And that is one of the focus of No Youth Left Behind. Our mantra is many hands, many minds, one goal. When we first started in Tobago, we would have made a call to the other organizations on the ground putting in that work. We wanted to make sure that our role was clear, that we didn't come to take over, we didn't come to try to, to be like a savior per se, but to share the resources, to teach and to learn as well. We have met organizations like the Phoenix Society, I must pick them up as well. But Glamorgan, something about Glamorgan just stuck with us, and we would have visited their site at Richmond Bay, and I must say, Tobago, as is known, they have a lot of gems that could really attract foreign investment. It could create opportunities to get the youths off the block. It could boost, cottage industries and the other benefits that are associated tourism with development and that type of focus.
So I heard that you mentioned the Phoenix Society. And I know that group is primarily based on the creative industry. Can you tell us a bit of what that work was like with No Youth Left Behind?
Well, what happened, they were very instrumental. And I think we came to the Tobago updates already to promote something called Bagel Brunch with NYLB. So one of the first official events that we did, we were focused on non-communicable diseases.
Hello? Mr. Joseph, are you there? Okay, well, in the meantime, I'll go over to you, Ms. Ross. So tell us about some of the programs you offer and what areas they cover and what needs are they responding to among the youth, not just here in Tobago, but based on the work you have done thus far.
Okay, so basically, is he back or let's go ahead?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Okay. So Tobago, No Youth Left Behind had first launched in Tobago the Bagel Brunch, where they were going in different communities in Tobago, and they were offering like a health program targeting the youth between ages 7 to 17, I think it was. And they will give them like different programs, and we have people come in and speak to them on healthy eating and stuff like that. And at the end, we'll package them each with a healthy breakfast, well, brunch, breakfast / lunch. And then, so we haven't yet completed that, but we visited a couple areas in Tobago already. I think Bell Garden, Charlottesville, Baku, and a couple others that I can't recall at the moment. So just basically based on just the kids as the youths, both in Trinidad and Tobago, just in helping empowering them, getting the youths off the street and to let them know that there are more important things that they can do with their life to benefit them, as opposed to just not doing anything productive with themselves.
So basically, you're guiding them in a direction of giving them purpose, giving them a reason to move forward in life, to be sustainable citizens in Trinidad and Tobago. Now, I know the reason you're here in Tobago is because you're working with the Glamorgan Youth Foundation, and it's about a project that they would be installing in probably the next month or so.
Yeah.
Right. So can you give us a bit about what that project is about?
It is actually a project that is that we are partnering with the Canary, right, Blue Water Foundation. They are a group that is really into coastal development, and because of our location, right, which is on the beachfront, they have taken interest in us and decided to assist us with the development and beautification of the Richmond Glamorgan area, right. So we as a group, we already had started the initiative, and they are just assisting us in phases as we go along, right? So all this preparation is actually in light of the regatta that we keep at the Richmond Bay area every year. So we are trying to take this eco product and engage the youth of the community with the whole beautification project to keep them occupied as we go up to the regatta, right?
Now, when we hear about eco and coastal, we hear tourism. And I know this is something that you guys are implementing with this new program that you are rolling out. Yes. And I understand that there is a diploma involved. What exactly does this diploma entail, and what skills or knowledge does it provide to the participants of this workshop in particular?
Well, this diploma allows, I'll tell you what it allows for. It allows for a hands-on approach to tourism, right? The participants will have a chance to get the actual feel of what it takes to develop a product, right? Put it to market a product, and to have it basically build a product from ground up, right? And you know, in this society, not everybody is really book inclined, I should say, right? Not everybody had the theoretical aspect of it. But most people tend to gravitate when they're doing things more practical,
yes,
with physical, their hands and on board. So this is the approach you want to take with this program that No Youth Left Behind has brought to us. We want to collaborate, get the youths them more active, so they will be in an active environment, an open space where they can express themselves and bring it together like that.
Awesome. Now, Mr. Quincy, I want to direct this question to you. What makes this program in particular different from the standard youth initiatives that we've seen before? Because you're speaking about tourism, the tourism product, and giving a diploma in that. How is this different from the programs we have seen before?
Right. So I'm glad you mentioned even the diploma aspect, because that is one of the main difference. Now, it's one thing when you do a workshop, you give a certificate, a piece of paper, you pat yourself on the back. But what we want this program to be, we want to initiate some changes. You know, sometimes you have to do different things to get different results. So what the diploma would be, it would ensure that the participants understand this is something serious. This is something that can really change your life and support your life. It's not just a phase you went through. It's not just a workshop you took and then you put down the certificate. It's something you could pursue. We have already started the discussions with various educational institutions so that we can ensure that it is accredited, that the diploma is recognized. What we're trying to do with this is to really get tourism, especially in Tobago, to be focused on as a trade. The same way you have welding and plumbing and carpentry, Like Mr. Grandison said, everybody is not academically inclined, but everybody cannot pound a nail and everybody won't be a mechanic. In this day and time, we have noticed from our program in La Brea. Now, this originated from our work at the Pitchway through our program called Environmental Youth Energy. And with the response we saw from the young people, it would have got them interested in culture, in protecting their heritage, in being more patriotic. It would have opened avenues where they would have been able to do tours to supply and to supplement, the income in their household, because, quite a number of them come from what we often consider at-risk or very low-income households. So the diploma now would add that level of seriousness. This is not just, a workshop you send your child to get a certificate. This is a door that is put into a career. And one of the differences is this. A gang leader or a gang member, a drug boss, he doesn't wait until he's 18, until a youth is 18 to put a gun in his hand or to give him a kilo of cocaine to move. I have known kids who would have used their school uniform as covers to transport drugs for drug dealers. So with this diploma program, as we are approaching youths who are 10 to 17, we want to give like the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of National Security, another alternative for youths, for young people who may be not conducive for the school environment, who may have been suspended or expelled from school. This is something that we could look at as an option before they are 18. We are looking at getting some legislation, maybe altered or amended or changed, so that somebody who would have come through this program, and I was speaking to the existence, the Glamorgan Tourism Academy, would have come to the academy. We are moving the age barrier. The same way a 15-year-old could squeeze a trigger and take someone's life, is the same way and get paid for it by the gang leader. It's the same way a 15-year-old could take somebody on a tour, educate them about Tobago, show them the love of Tobago, and get paid for it.
And I totally agree with you, because we're always talking about involving the youth in the progress of our island, in the progress of our country. And if we start from as young as early, that is embedded and ingrained in them. There's this saying that you can't bend a tree that is already rooted. Definitely. You have to start when it's, young, right. So I was going to ask you next, why was tourism such an important pillar? But you already answered that when you stated that this is a form of creating jobs for young people. It's a form of giving them national pride. So we don't even need to go into that question. And I was also going.
Tobago doesn't have oil and gas,
Right, we are primarily tourism based. Yes. And I was going to ask you next about the age group, but you also answered that. But I also want to go in a bit on that and ask, how can our young people who are interested register for this program?
Well, that would fall on the Glamorgan. Now, again, it's a collaboration, it's a partnership. We are not the type of organization that comes and just gives instructions. We believe in taking a proper triage. So we have left certain elements to the folks at Glamorgan. This is their community. They have to tell us how we can help, the type of gaps and voids that they need filled. So we have left the selection process to the Glamorgan Youth Foundation. Initially, we had suggested 25 young people from the area or neighboring areas, but that number might increase. Like Mr. Grandison said, although we have started the mobilization stage, the full program would look to launch next year. So maybe as the program goes into that implementation stage, we can visit, this program again and give the beautiful island of Tobago another update.
Now, Ms. Ross, over to you. What do you hope that the participants will gain, not just academically, but personally coming out of this program?
Personally, I hope that they are able to gain at the end of the program the knowledge of everything that they are going to do at the Richmond Bay, and that they can be junior tour guides, that the maxi taxi come in with tourists off the cruise ship, that they will be able to carry them in there, take them around the Richmond Bay and tell them everything from top to bottom about everything that is going on there. So I hope that at the end of the program, the diploma that they achieve, they are well knowledgeable about the venue, and that it sticks in their head, and that they just become a tour guide, and that could be a stepping stone to what they want to do in the future.
And Mr. Gordon,
Yes.
do you think that young people are naturally interested in tourism, or do you usually have to reshape the way that they look at it for them to be interested?
Well, I'll give you definitely reshape, because our community is not a community known for tourism, so to speak. Right? Our community have been as a drive-by community. We have been overlooking the natural resources that we have over time. And in my experience, this is why I'm bringing it to light to the youths and them, that we have everything that Tobago has to offer. We have the forests, we have the waterfalls, we have the river, we have the sea, we have the tombstone, we have the sites, we have everything in that one packed place. So with that said, me in my experience and in my knowledge, I would have bring the idea to a couple youths in the community and letting them know that, hey, we see them on a gold mine, right? This is something that we could take from just bush and turn it into a product where they could have sustainable income, right? So as far as where it goes with the tourism in our community, it's something that we have to reshape, right? And other people have a different view as to what it takes to have foreigners passing through the community, maybe local stakeholders invest in doing Airbnbs and things to house the guests when they're there, and the relevant training. And this is why the diploma program is important. So people have an idea how to deal and the customer relationship and all these things throughout the program, and how to communicate with the guests when they come aboard. You know?
And I'm continuing the conversation with you. You're a part of the Glamorgan Youth Foundation. What are some of the strategies that you use to keep the youth motivated within the organization that you are currently with?
The cooking strategy is food. Right? But we do a lot of different programs. We do a lot of different programs to encourage them, right? I mean, as president, we do have a space to say that we could go and reside. So everything we do is in the open, more on the beachfront. So you find that just the open space, being able to come out in the open environment, they are encouraged, right? We also do a lot of mingling with the senior citizens, right? Last week we had done a senior citizen drive.
Right.
Where we took out the seniors and had fun with them for a whole day around Tobago. So and some of the youth took part and they enjoyed themselves, you know. And all this is in bridging the gap and making the community feel more like a one, more unified now, right? And even on the excursion with the elder ones, they were like, you guys need to keep going with this thing. We never see Glamorgan on TV before. We never see this on TV before. And the whole tourism program bringing a whole pride to the community. And I think that sense of pride is what kind of drawing the youths and them closer to the product, because now when they go to school, we're talking about, hey, I heard that on Glamorgan, boy, and Glamorgan is on Glamorgan. So they get pride about the community, that they want to be a part of what's going on. And I think that in itself is what kind of keeping them a little close to the group, right? And as I say, with this initiative that we want to implement, it gives them an even better drive, because now they're seeing again something outside that they could use in future as a career builder.
So essentially, you're providing them with the knowledge and the tools necessary for them to progress.
Progress.
And that is all that our youth wants a lot of the time. Sometimes they just need someone to sit and talk with them, someone to show them a different pathway, something that makes them feel as though they are doing something for themselves. And sometimes also just showing them doing something for others is also work in itself and something to be proud of.
Yes, definitely.
Now, what are some of the upcoming projects or plans can Tobago look forward to from No Youth Left Behind and the Glamorgan Youth Foundation? So for No Youth Left Behind, I'm going to ask Ms. Desiree, and then for Glamorgan Youth Foundation, I'm going to give Mr. Gordon the floor.
Okay, well, definitely I would say the continuation of the Tobago branch for the rest of the communities that have not yet been done. We definitely have to get back on board, and have that completed. And of course, well, I know you're going to go over to Mr. Grandison, but looking forward definitely to that partnership collaboration with the Glamorgan Youth Foundation at the Richmond Bay, because I myself, being a born and bred Tobagonian, it's like when we did that site visit, that was the first time that I actually went into Richmond Bay. As he said, we'll just pass by. Oh, the tourists come, they're going to Argyle Waterfall. Nobody knows that there's a hidden gem right in Richmond Bay that they need to tap into. So I would really like to see that this initiative gets underway, get completed, and put Glamorgan on the map.
Mr. Grandison?
Well, as she said, we're going on the map, right? Because as I say, this first phase is more beautification phase, right? We have seen the over the years we've done the regatta, we have seen the cons and the pros, and we decided to do different approaches here, well, next year, right? But this is just preparation for them, right? So other activities we have coming up, normally at the beginning of the year, we have a cultural, where we invite all the church nominations in the village and we do a little prayer session for the community at the beginning of the year. But the main event for next year is the regatta, of course, right? And again, is a niche product we have up there. It's the only river in Tobago that you could do bamboo rafting.
Wow.
Right? It's wide enough to accommodate bamboo rafting. We had also shared some interest within some dragon boats, but until we do it, then we will finalize that. So that is basically, we merge with both river and sea. So we have both boat racing, the bamboo raft, as I say, is our niche investment at the moment. And we do an obstacle course where participants get a chance to maneuver around different courses, right? This event, of course, is a team event because it's all about unity. So we invite all the different clubs, the different teams, different villages, youth groups to be a part of it, bring out your youths, bring out your children, and we try to make this a staple event for Tobago because you see the time it is, March the 23rd, right? The third Sunday in March. As we just say, maybe Easter does start in the east, right? So you want to start the Easter in the east with this staple event with the bamboo rafting and things like that. So I think we in the Glamorgan Foundation have been pushing this over the time and it's been building momentum. For the last 2 years, it's been exceptional over here, I must say. And we look forward to moving forward with no use left behind, gathering the experience they would have in building a product down in the library, Pitch Lake, and they would have a hands-on feel as to what is done already. So we just modeling after them, taking it as a role model. They are like a role model to us, right? We mentoring after them, and as we go about, we want to see how we could, they said two heads are better than one.
Yes.
Right? So you want to see how the two groups could make the product even better than we envision it in ourselves, right?
Now, I know we spoke about quite a lot in terms of involvement with the youth, the programs that you all want to roll out or implement in the next year. A part of this also has to do with the community and the village. How can parents, schools, or even corporate partners get in touch with you to partner for these initiatives? Because some of these things, they require funds, they require other resources that you may not have at your disposal. So share with the viewers, persons may be looking on, let them know your Instagram handles, how they can reach and get in contact with you if they want to partner.
Well, you can always reach us on Facebook, the most popular social media platform, right? Glamorgan Youths on Facebook. We are on TikTok, right? Hashtag Glamorgan Youths, right? And you can always reach us, direct message us on Facebook, and we could always converse on there. And if you want to send a child to be a part of the group, if you want to donate to the group, you can reach us to us. We have a bank account that we could always share with you, and you can send the funds. And we do, because we're looking for sponsorships. This is the only way we could get this program up and going, right? And we're hoping that stakeholders will see the interest and the positive in what we're trying to bring out from the community, right? Because as I must say, in the whole of Tobago, I think the Glamorgan Youth Foundation is the only youth group that's actually taking it by hand to build a tourism product, right? We know about the Boko established already, the Pigeon Point established, the Argyle Waterfall established already, but we taking nothing and trying to bring it into something, just like the No Use Left Behind within the Pitch Lake, right? So I'm hoping that the stakeholders and the business people in the community will see that initiative that we really trying to do something positive and try to invest in us in that kind of light. Yeah?
Yes. Now, Mr. Joseph, I'm going to direct this question to you, and I can also give Mr. Grandison the floor after you have answered. And knowing your background and where you have started from to where you are now, your story, if a young person is listening right now and feels lost or discouraged, what message would you want to leave with them?
Well, I would say that no malfunction, first and foremost. Keep it simple and short. You know, nowadays society, you don't need no set a long talk. You get information in 15, 30 seconds. No malfunction is the code. That is what I tell the youths around me in Trinidad here. No malfunction. Stay focused. Put God first. Seek ye first the kingdom. I truly believe in that. You mentioned my story. Me going through a very dark period in my juvenile delinquency, being incarcerated, finding self, taking responsibility for my actions. Youths, take responsibility for your actions, for your situation. Take responsibility for shaping your future. You could have a mom that wasn't there for you. Your dad was on drugs. You grew up in a foster home. God is there. God is real. God is not a fairy tale. It's not a myth. You have to want it. To the elders, because I cannot talk to the youth without talking to the elders. I believe in the proverb, it takes a village to raise a child. Today's society, I think we are a little more standoffish. I think there's a big gap. I think there's a subconscious fear for the young people. You said something so valuable earlier. The young people just need that time, they need that attention. They need to know that we really do care. Sometimes they feel like we blame them for the ills of society, when I think that the young people is just the measurement, you know, the unit code that tells us there's a problem in society. So to the young people, find something positive, surround yourself with positive people, be careful of your environment. It's not how you start in life, but it's how you finish. God first, believe in yourself, apply yourself. Join the Glamorgan Youth Foundation, join the Phoenix Society and the other organizations that are doing their thing. Big up to the Charlottesville Police Youth Club, Miss Mo and the team down there, to the Mount St. George. You know, we have to help the youths, but the youths have to put themselves in a position to be helped.
And Mr. Grandison, any parting words?
For me, I wanted to let the youth know that positive thinking brings positive results, right? So in everything you aspire to do, try to look at the positive side of it, and you get a positive outcome, right? I mean, out here in life, you have so much distractions, right, in the world right now, with the youths and them, with the social media, and everybody want to get a fast cash and everything like that. So I encourage you to you have no such thing as fast cash. Right? If you put in the work, you will get the results, right? And put in the work. Just put in the work, stay in a positive light. We providing an opportunity up in Glamorgan for a positive haven where people come and express themselves and be a part of something that is uplifting to the community and at large Tobago, right? So if you feel interested, come and be a part. We are on the positive all the time and always looking forward to doing good things in our community.
I just want to thank you all so much for joining us this morning and sharing the incredible work that you are doing and going to do. And your efforts just remind us that when we invest in our youth, we strengthen our communities, our economy, and our future. I just want to thank our viewers for joining us this morning, and I hope you have a great day. This was Good Morning Tobago.